some money? Okay, good, good. We do have a nice fund that we're going to be able to help and provide schools up to $3,000 per year. And I just wanted to show you this one particular slide because we do allow all schools to compete, but it is a competitive awarding of funding. So it is extremely important that you do a really, really good job on the application. I'm going to give you some tips, so you are going to be ahead of the game here. Also, I want to let you know that Mary and I are here for you to call us, to email us. We might even be able to come out to your school if you need help. We really, really want you to have a very, very successful program. This also shows you what we're looking for in a program. We want the students to be aware of the importance of healthy eating and increased physical activity. We want them to have access to and the consumption of nutrient-rich foods, including low-fat dairy and fat-free dairy, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Those are all the different food groups that are limiting in people's diets. We also want increased opportunities for students to have physical activity in the schools, either before or after, during, and we also want long-term change. Well, how do you apply? First of all, you have already got the first one taken care of. You've enrolled in the Field to Play 60. You are a program advisor. The thing you do have to do, and Mary just covered that very well, was about the wellness investigation, and that is important. You also want to get the support of your principal, your administration. We have found through our pilot program last year, the most successful programs were when the principal was behind the whole program. Also, you want to make sure you check on the playbook. Some of you have seen, hopefully, or gotten all of your posters out and maybe your folders out to the different teachers that were in the kit. But there's a playbook, too, that you can go through. Identify existing resources. You know, you may have some things available, you know, but they're just not being used. Well, if you can use those, then you don't have to ask for funding for them. So make sure you look and see where the funding can fill in the gaps. Complete the application worksheet, and it'll help you gather everything together for the application. And we're going to go through that in just a minute. And then submit your application. There are 4 dates, and we have 2 listed up here. October 1st is the first deadline for the application. We have some already in process, and we have some completed. The next time would be December 1st. We have one coming up February 15th, they just announced that, and June 15th. So the sooner you apply, the sooner you can hopefully get the money. If on the left-hand side of your folder, please pull out the sheet that says the opportunity or the worksheet. And we're going to run through this because if you can even make notes on the way through, hopefully this will help you. On this very first page, obviously you put down your advisor's name and job and title, and do try to get some other, maybe your guest who came with you as an advisor. It is very important to have more than one person involved. Also, I have included behind this the information about funding opportunities, eligibility, and guidelines. Do look through that. That has a wealth of information in it and will help you. So that's the next thing to do. On the back side then, you need to talk to your principal and get his support. And also your school nutrition person and your PE department chair. And those are all listed, as well as some different information about your school nutrition information. If you turn to the next side, you want to make sure that you engage students. And this is a tip. This is going to be a very important part of the funding decision making. If you engage students as a positive change agents in raising awareness and making lasting improvements in nutrition and physical activity, make special attention as to how you're going to do that. And that's going to be very, very important for getting funds. A worksheet is also online. Also, if you look down the page then, you want to calculate the percentage of students in your school that will participate. We are looking for 100%. So there's another tip, okay? The application asks you to address how the students will, 1, take leadership roles and work with adult leaders in your school, very important. Be involved in implementing and participation in the field to play, that's also important. And 3, engage their peers. So how are you going to get all that done? And there are some spaces for you to put that information down. Turning to the next page then, you need to talk about basically a justification kind of statement of the funds and how you're going to use them. There's also how are you going to evaluate, track, and measure what's going to be happening in the Field to Play program. You also has information that you need to put down about your physical activity plays or your nutrition plays. And you saw some neat ideas in the back for tasting. You saw some different information on different kinds of exercise you can even do in the classroom. Other information is included in here about if you're getting any other kind of funding, and that's not a problem. You know, you can certainly get funding from us also. And then a listing of specific budget items. The next part that's on the left-hand side behind that is your funds and action sheet. This also has some great information, and I might just have you look at the front page. The kickoff is important. This is our kickoff right here. You're seeing what a kickoff could be. And if you look at this, there's a percentage of your budget for materials to promote, then what kind of nutritious snacks, how much you should spend, honorarium for our, let's say, a dance class instructor is what it says here, and then materials for digital cameras. But it goes through and gives you a really nice guideline. You know, it's sort of hard to, you know, make a judgment as to how much things should cost and how it should be in relation to everything else. So this is another very important sheet. So continuing on the worksheet, if you'll go through and talk about the different items and how you're going to spend the money for that, and then you will finish your application. So hopefully you've got some ideas tonight. This will all help you get started and get going on your application. The next sheet in the left-hand side, you saw over here ideas of using funds. And there's all kinds of ideas that you can get. And there is some information here also.